Hello, and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Cassingham. Today we're going back into our Shield portfolio weekly numbers. We're at week 50. We're almost at a full year, 52 weeks. We're at week 50 though. This is as of July 5th, 2025, so day after 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Hope you had a good time. And as always, now we go into our numbers. So we'll start with our portfolio's net worth. Currently at $631.07. We have a market gain of $48.50, and we have a money weighted return over that time of positive 14.89%. Pardon me. And our pie chart is always laid out. Gold is always the biggest chunk right here. Yet to make that change. Start with our weekly data for week 50. This is as of June 26th till today, July 5th, Saturday. We currently have a market gain of $2.20. We have no dividend earned during that time. So we have a total gain of $2.20. And we have a money weighted return of positive 0.35%. So a little wave in the pattern, but overall kind of flat for the week. Then we have portfolio monthly data for week 50. Starting from June 3rd, 2025 till today, July 5th, 2025. We have a market gain of $5.66. We have dividend earnings of 54 cents, which gives us a total gain of $6.20. And our money weighted return is positive 1.02%. We have two deposits, cash flow. So we have one on June 4th. You see the spike up on the chart. And we have another one on June 25th. You see this other spike up on the chart. So that's the cash flow, two $30 deposits. Remember, every 3 weeks, we dollar cost average $30 into the account since inception. You see that on the all chart. Next, we have our quarterly data for week 50. This goes back to April 3rd, 2025 till today, July 5th, 2025. We have net cash flow of $120. So that's 4 deposits. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time you see the bumps, we have over that time period a market gain of $21.08, and we have a dividend earned of $1.03, which gives us a total gain of $22.11. We have our money weighted return of positive 4.06% for the quarter, so not too bad. And we have our all-time data for week 50. This is going to almost hit a year soon, so I'll be able to start using this 1 year button, which I'm looking forward to. And then my year-over-year performance is really what I focus in on. So over this, we have net cash flow. This is back to July 19th, 2024, so when we started. We have net cash flow of $585.65. So the first $100 is right here, from 0 to 100 when we started. And every third week, we auto-deposit. That's why you have the stair-step pattern that you're seeing in this chart, because that's a $30 deposit every third week. So total, we're coming around $580. During that time, you have a market gain of $45.42. You have a dividend earned of $3.08, which gives you a total gain of $48.50. And we have a money weighted rate of return of 14.89%. So almost 15% for almost a year. If I can stay, like I say, above double digits, that'd be my primary goal. That'd be optimal. But my operational performance is between 5 and 10%. So right now we're above 15 in less than a year. I'm above 14% in less than a year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when I hit the 52nd week, gold doesn't take a massive shit on me and my fucking portfolio doesn't go down. Anyway, speaking of weekly numbers, here's our weekly percentages for week 50. On the right, we have our target weighting. So still the same, gold at 45% with our GLD ETF, commodities at 15% with our USCI ETF, bonds at 15% with our GOVI ETF, stocks at 10% with our RSP ETF, US dollar at 10% with our UUP ETF, and Bitcoin at 5% with our IBIT ETF. These are our 6 asset classes. At the top here, the middle I should say, we have gold for the weekly performance up 0.12% for a modest gain of 33 pennies. Such a large position. That's all it gave me this week. Gold really didn't do much. It was down and then it came up, so I think it kind of just leveled out. Commodities up 0.07% for a market gain of 7 pennies. So commodities not doing anything. Government bonds down 0.51%. Oh man, this early in the morning. For a market loss of 48 pennies, so bonds come down a wee bit. Stocks having a hell of a rally, up 2.74% for a market gain of $1.72. At some point, I'm going to put this at 15%, and that's when the stock market's going to start going down after I raise my position. US dollar up 0.03% for a market gain of 2 pennies. A lot of small movements this week. And Bitcoin up 1.73% for a market gain of 54 pennies. Probably because it's a short week. Short week because we had a holiday on Friday and we had a short trading day on Thursday. So it was a really short week, so not a lot happening. Monthly percentages for week 50. Gold down 0.53% for a market loss of $1.44. Commodities up 3.81% for a market gain of $3.42. Bonds up 1.82% for a market gain of $1.64. Our stocks up 4.49% for a market gain of $2.71. That's a good one. That's a good one. US dollar down 1.69% for a market loss of $1.03. And Bitcoin up 3.00% for a market gain of 90 cents. So good for stocks for the month for sure, and commodities for sure. Portfolio quarterly percentages for week 50. We have gold up 5.57% for a market gain of $12.47. We have commodities up 1.20% for a market gain of $1.03. Bonds down 3.55% for a market gain of $3.18. Stocks up 11.08% for a market gain of $6.49. Calm down, stocks. Calm down. Over 10% in the quarter. US dollar down 3.87% for a market loss of $2.44. And Bitcoin up 33.52% for a market gain of $7.74. So quarterly. Then we have our all-time data. We have gold up 34.52% for a market gain of $36.13. We have commodities up 16.74% for a market gain of $8.62. Government bonds, we don't have a full timeline for this one, so we're just going to skip this one, show it on the chart. Stocks up 5.03% for a market gain of $2.23. So it's good to finally see stocks be back up. On the all-time, US dollar, my currency, down 11.73% for a market loss of $6.43. There goes my currency. Bitcoin up 79.13% for a market gain of $10.40. Pretty crazy, Bitcoin. Pretty crazy. It's fighting. It wants to fucking fight and stay up. These are my position changes. I haven't added any new ones. I keep saying I'm gonna reduce my gold and put it into stocks, but I just haven't done it. And clearly I've missed some good gains in the stock market, but that's okay. I'm being very defensive with my portfolio. We have our ILV staking dashboard. We have the current ILV price at $10.14. We currently added a new stake, so we're at 21.62 ILV tokens staked. And we have a total market value of our tokens as $219.25. We have our vesting, so our first vest opens up in 22 days. It's getting close, it's getting real close, and then we hit that 1 year mark on my portfolio too. 52 weeks, been waiting for it, waiting for it. All right, then we have our second page, so you see our most recent vest right here. We added 3.44 ILV, deposited for a waiting of 2. We do this on March 3rd this week, so we didn't do it quite at the end of the month. We did it previous weeks, but that's okay. It unlocks in 363 days. came off of vacation and pretty much went into work, and then the holiday, and then on call, and then more shit. Revenue distribution, we still have no new revenue distribution. We have the original 3, which equal 0.024 ILV, which for our current market value is 24 cents. And then this is our Illuvium transaction that we bought and staked. So we received 3.44 ILV, around $35. Should be around 40, but you know, with the transaction fees and everything. And then we sent it to the wallet to stake. So that 3.44, so we see right here, 3.44 on July 3rd. So that's our stake right there. So that's how you see July 3rd on the right. It's our stake. So that is our transaction. And those are our weekly numbers. Now, as always, we get into the charts. Start with gold. So you see, still kind of playing around in this trend. Right there, it's basically touching now. Just extending them out. So we have our upward trend. Go back to October 2023. Just been in this pretty strong trend. Broke out of this trend. April 9th, April 10th. That was Trump's 90-day pause announcement. Hit this peak on April 22nd. It's bouncing up and down between this ascending green trend line and this descending red trend line. Hopefully, if this trend a little bit right here zooms in, it's popping out. I'm hoping that it stays on top of this green trend line, or if it comes back down to this green trend line, it stays in this trend. But if it really stops dropping, then my portfolio is going to be coming down. So I don't know if I'll have to diversify out of gold. Still have it at 45%. Right, 45%. Commodities. So still, I drew this extra line on top because we have this peak here and we're hitting this peak here. So originally it's been in this lower set of trend lines, up and down, and then it popped up end of December, early January. Now it's in this upper set of trend lines, and then it popped up above that even a bit. It's kind of just staying right now. Waiting to see how everything gets affected with the new tax bill that passed. I'm sure we're going to have more debt, like in the trillions. Commodities are going to be more expensive, inflation, tariffs, all that shit. So we're going to see what happens with commodities. Right now, it's still way up in this upper trend. So justifying my 15%. Bonds I hate. Look how much bonds have gone down since the beginning of the COVID pandemic. Right? Bonds down. And then it kind of came to this bottom, and it's kind of in this bottoming trend. So we gave back a little bit. This is why bonds are down this week. So this little give back right here, unfortunately. Right? But it's kind of been trending upwards. I keep bonds at 15% just to balance my gold and commodity position. Right? But bonds still very shitty. Do not like the bond investment, but it's part of the portfolio, so we use it. Our US dollars been coming down. Look at the DXY, because the UUP has the UUP has a different one. Has the sell off from the dividend, but just basically down, right? The US dollar is fucking going down. It's been going down. I've been saying every week it's going down. Alright, we're over 10% for the year or some shit. It's fucking crazy. What a horrible asset to be holding the US dollar right now. So we're at 10% of our position. So if it was ever, a crazy volatility spike, like something like right here from July 23rd to October 23rd, like this crazy vol spike, or look at this from May 2021 to September 2022, like, moments like that where like the dollar is strong. Now the dollar's weak, it's been going down. So as a US citizen, I hate that. My dollar's getting weaker. Look at stocks, RSP. So we're now back just inside the trend. We popped up in it. We're almost back at all-time high. The S&P 500 has already passed its all-time high. It finally got back to it. Look at that. It broke up, then it broke. Look at that big-ass candle right there. Holy shit. That's a pop. Look at that pop right there. That's just right on Thursday. The short day before the holiday. Went right into the holiday, just pumping it. Crazy. There we go. Should have extended that. So we're past the all-time highs now. All right, we're back in this trend. Does that mean we're going to stay in this trend? I have no idea. All right, but there we are. And then Bitcoin popped up a little bit right here too. Doing a little something that came back down. Staying at this high level. Bitcoin does not want to go down. I keep showing this chart on this long generational fucking trend. You know, like this long generational trend. Got a fucking decade-long trend here. 2017 peak, 2021 peaks, 24, 25 peaks, right? Just peak, right? Keeps hitting the peaks. So we're gonna see what happens. But you know, that's our update every week. So in 2 more weeks, we're gonna hit the 1 year. I'm gonna get to do my 1 year review, and I'm super excited. I just hope I stay above 10%. But either way, year over year, I'm gonna be judging that performance metric year over year. That's a big deal with this portfolio. That's how I set it up, how I designed it. It's how I want it to be. So once we hit that going forward, you're gonna see that additional 1 year graph and information, the data sets for it. That's really how I'm going to be judging the performance of this portfolio, because it's a long-term portfolio, so it's year over year. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know. Have a good day.